Welcome to Moca, no love bills. Hit that like button, you might break the scale. If you can't join the membership, still ride for free. 99, yeah, we lit in here. Comments popping, energy rocking, we all shine. We here to stay. We here to stay. Turn it up, we in the South with style and grace. Mocha got 'em talking, can't nobody take a place. Nah, from the bayou to the block, we drop truth, not tea. You ain't gotta pay the vibe, hit that like for free. Every panel on fire, every topic gon' trend. If you ain't a member yet, you still a friend, amen. Got love for the real, was no time for the mess. We keep it authentic, that's no labels at its best. Welcome to Moca, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. Welcome to Moca, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. It's Mocha and the crew, we the talk of the streets. Bring the real back to YouTube, no scripts, no beats. We laugh, we drag, we educate too. All the bells in the chat know how we do. So tap in, lean back, sip your drink real slow. Let the haters keep watching, we steal the show. From Mocha to Nola, we hold it down steady. Platinum plus approved, that girl stay ready. Welcome to Moca, no bells. Welcome to Moca, no bells. Welcome to Moca, no love bells. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. Welcome to Moca, no love bells. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. From the panel to the people, it's pure real talk. She ain't following a trend, she lead her own walk. No cameras, my mic check with no lights on blast. But every episode hit like first class. We ain't gossiping, we testifying, keep it bold. Every story got a lesson that need to be told. So hit that bell, join the ride in style. Welcome to Moca, stick around for a while. Welcome to Moca, no love bells. Where the bells ring, truth in the chat stay lit. Like, comment, subscribe, don't quit. If you can't join the membership, free 99, still with it. Still with it. We outside. We outside.
Hello, 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 everybody. Happy Monday, guys. Happy Monday to each and every one of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Moca Unfiltered. Baby, we back up in here. Y'all saw the title? Y'all saw the thumbnail? For those of you that were here on last night, I promised you all that we would have an open panel. Last night was interesting. Very, very interesting. And it was so many of you all that had so much to offer. And I'm like, okay, this is not just about Moca. It's all of us. So with that being said, we decided, okay, we're going to do an open panel and give everybody an opportunity to have just a little something to say here. And this is where we are. But once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those of you that are new here, welcome, welcome. Those of you that are returning, welcome back. Tonight we're talking about Kenneka's truth versus Theresa's lies. Welcome to the channel. Here at Moca and the Nola Bells Everybody's somebody. There's no big eyes, no little U's. All opinions are welcome. All opinions are to be respected. Here, we respect one another. We respect the chat. We respect the rules. And they're very simple. Very simple. And as simple as those rules are, that's what makes us family here. But before I go on, doing what Moca does, I just want you all to get comfortable. Come on in here and get comfortable. And once again, I'm welcoming each and every one of you to Open Mic Night. Tonight, we're not sitting up here playing with nobody's lies. We ain't sugarcoating shit because we never do. We ain't tiptoeing around whatever Theresa may have going on. And what we're doing tonight is we're separating Kenneka's truth from Theresa's lies. So grab your seats, get comfortable, because tonight the truth has the mic. And if you all are ready for the truths, put some fire in this chat and let me know, hey, Moca, I'm ready, ready, ready. But before we can get ready and jump into anything, I have to make sure that I do my house duties as I always do, welcoming each and every one of you as I always do. My beautiful sister Kristen, I see you, my love. Happy Monday to you, baby. My beautiful sister Dr. J, happy Monday. Pamela White, welcome, my love. Happy Monday. My beautiful sister Charlotte Webb, thank you all for dropping this fire up in this chat. My beautiful sister Charlotte Webb, happy Monday, my love. I pray everyone had a wonderful day. Can't wait for tonight's live. I hope you guys are ready, because I am. Of course you are, my love. And I love you even more, Charlotte Webb. You already know that. My sister Tony, welcome, 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 boo. Happy Monday to you. Look at my sister Go Getter up. It's in here. Hey, Go Getter. Welcome, my love. My beautiful sister, Rashina. Welcome, boo. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Sister Sean B. Let's get it. Let's go. Happy Monday, boo. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing fine. My sister Sassy is up in here. Happy Monday to you, my love. April Webster, I see you, baby. And you tell Mr. Steven, Moca and the Nola Bells, wish him a very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Sunshine, I see you, sister. Happy Monday. Much love to you. Much love. My beautiful sister Deidre's up in here. Happy Monday, my love. Cynthia Harmon, I see you, boo. Happy Monday, Erica Red. Welcome to the chat, beautiful soul. Welcome, mama. Bernice, welcome, my love. My girl Tanya is up in here. Happy Monday, boo. Hey, Essie, yes, you made it. Yes, you made it as usual. Happy Monday, my love. Look at Kenya Doll. Hey, baby, welcome. And happy Monday to you too, beautiful. Happy Monday. Look at Rochelle, my niece. Hey, boo. Hope you all are doing well. I hope that little girl is kicking and doing tumble sets and doing everything she should be doing right about now. Oh, Tanya, girl, I saw you on that replay. And I appreciate you all that catches the replay. Just Mona, welcome, beautiful. Hey, Taisha, welcome, mama. Hey, Diamonds of Delta, welcome, my love. Happy Monday to you. My king and dog say you're always telling the truth, Mocha. Thank you, boo. Shingy eyes. Hey, 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 happy Monday. Cool girl, sister, I see you, my love. Miss Antoinette, happy Monday, my love. Welcome, welcome. Guys, we're going to get started. We're going to do what we do. We're never here for a long time, but one thing we do is we make the best of the time that we do have here. Yolanda, welcome, baby. Happy Monday to you. My beautiful niece, Tarsha, welcome, my love. Kenyatta Marie, look at my sister. Hey, boo. Look at my sister, Ann. Happy Monday, my love. I hope you're feeling well. This weather is not favorable to none of us. Everybody's going through something. Rochelle, that's always good to hear. I'm so glad my little girl is kicking and screaming and doing all the things that she should be doing. Leisure lady, welcome, boo. Happy Monday, PJ. I see you, boo. Happy Monday, Anonymous. Evelyn Gentry, happy Monday. We in this thing, and we about to make it do what it do. And as I said, tonight is open mic night. I'll be dropping that link shortly. And we're going to talk about something. But before I open this mic, thank you, Tarsha. I love you too, boo. Before I open up this mic and drop this link, before we peel back one more layer of Theresa lies, I need you all to relax. Get comfortable. You know, we ain't here to gossip. We ain't here for chaos. We're here. We're here because of Kenneka's truth. It's been drowning for 8 years under contradictions, lies, distractions that never made sense. Kenneka, this young lady didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this. You know it. I know it. That baby didn't deserve this. And on the other side, on the other side, here we have Theresa. So say damn mama. Whose story, it bends, it shifts, it twists, it breaks every damn time the truth gets too close. So tonight, this link is going to be open. Tonight, this panel is going to be open. And your discernment should be wide open. And I'm welcoming you once again to Open Mic Night, where truth gets the mic and lies continue to get exposed. Welcome, Tony. I ask you all a question. Before we go any further doing anything, I'm going to drop this link just in case. Leisure lady, thank you so very much, my love. Thank you so much for blessing the channel. What version of Theresa's story makes the least amount of sense to you all? Because Theresa done told some damn stories. And I'm sure that you all can agree with me. Lady Libra, welcome, my love. Welcome. Happy Monday. Whoopsie Natalie, welcome to the chat, my love. My girl said all of it. All of it. Y'all, Theresa has done some shit. Theresa has said some shit. That part, Sean, the fact that she sold her silence. How do you get that back? How do you get Lady Libra? Lady Libra, I'm about to drop the link, ma. How the hell do you get that back, Theresa? Because you've done too much. And now you out here running amok and playing crazy. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. You have to own your shit. Just moan up. Thank you so very much for the Cash App, boo. Thank you. Theresa has presented. Anonymous says, I believe she knows what happened to her daughter. Anonymous, I couldn't agree with you more. I do believe she knows. She knows. And her running amok right now proves that she knows way more than she's exposed. When you sit there and you allow the devil to play with you the way the devil has been playing with Theresa, the only thing that could happen or that we can look forward to at this point is the downfall of Theresa. And what's sad, what's really sad, y'all, Theresa's name has been tied up into so much shit when it came to people being unalived, getting hurt. It's the dark side of Theresa that's scaring Theresa right now. That's exactly what's going on. Hey, boo. Oh, sound like you're driving, girl.
I'm driving. Can you all hear me?
How are you this evening?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Teresa is full of shit. I don't know if we can cuss on here or not, but excuse me if we can't.
Yeah, you're
Um,
good.
Teresa, okay, Kenneka was 19 when this took place, right? When she went to the Crown Plaza.
Yes.
When she turned 18, she would have received the monies that her dad left her, which was quite a bit of money. They'd been plotting on Kenneka for years so that inheritance would not go to Kenneka, it would go to Kaneka's mother. Everybody knew about this setup. If you go back and look at all the old videos that Kenneka and them girls had going on at the house or whatever, they pretty much was telling Kenneka, but Kenneka wasn't picking up on what was going on. Theresa and her sister were clearly at that motel on the 6th. They was hitting licks. I didn't know what hitting licks were, but they was over there getting money from the men.
Uh-huh.
Teresa was the madam. And she was sending them girls to them motels and to the park and wherever to do what they need to do to bring that money back home to her. But what they didn't realize is Theresa was also setting her own daughter up for that money. She had a lot of stuff going on with the brother. She said once she got rich that she was going to make sure the sister was taken care of. And shortly after that, a couple months later, the sister passes away.
Wow.
So if y'all go back and look at all the old videos, and it's one particular video where Manifa, Kenneka, and Bree, if I'm not mistaken, was all in the bedroom together. And Kenneka was always scared to go out. She always stayed inside because somebody was after her. They had been plotting on Kenneka for a while. She was in the bedroom, and they said, well, the big lick is going to be on the 6th. So I went back and watched all the other videos after she had her demise. On the 6th, it was correct. Her mom them had something going on at at one of them motels on the 6th. And
Wow.
just so happens on the 8th or the 9th, the police had some kind of party there. Some higher up people had a party there. If you go back and look on the video, Kenneka, well, we know she didn't die in no freezer. The freezer was never on.
Right.
Another thing is, it takes chicken and a whole turkey, almost 10 hours to thaw out. So what you think it's going to do to a person?
Exactly.
So if she
That
was
part.
frozen in that freezer, how in the world they got her laying out on that gurney? Frozen.
And straight. And laying there
Laying
straight.
straight. So all of that was bogus.
Yes.
If you pay attention, Kenneka moved on that gurney. I don't believe she was deceased then. I really don't. Then they showed a picture of Kenneka at, looked like a hospital on IV, if I'm not badly mistaken. Let me know if I'm wrong. I believe when Theresa went in that room, before going down there to see Kenneka, she'd already made a deal with them people to take those organs, and she walked away with the money. I don't believe Kenneka was dead at that time. I really don't.
And a lot of people don't.
She was not dead. Theresa sold Kenneka to those people. And now it's eating her up, which it ought to.
Oh, yeah.
It ought to eat her up. It ought to eat Lenora up. I don't care if they're listening, because ain't no money in the world is going to replace my kids.
That part.
So this has been ongoing. It started with that dad's money. When that dad died, Kenneka would have inherited the funds from the dad.
Wow.
So where did those funds go?
Where did they go? It's right.
Exactly. Where did Kenny funds go? They got Kenny in a mental hospital or in jail or something. Where's his funds?
Yeah, because that's what I'm understanding. Kenny, at this moment, he's supposedly in a mental hospital.
Exactly. Theresa knows what she's doing. Teresa's trying to play crazy because she knows she done effed up. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to be after her.
And every time the truth gets close to Theresa, it appears that Theresa plays this game.
Exactly. And that's all it is. When Kenneka passed away, Theresa started liking some of my pictures, and she would send me little inbox stuff. I'm going to have to go back, because I actually was talking back and forth to Theresa in my inbox.
Wow.
I had to go back in the inbox and see, what kind of conversations we had, but it wasn't nothing. It was just like, stay positive, queen, or stay strong, little inspirational things. But when I started seeing the dark cloud over Theresa and started seeing the bigger picture, Theresa set her daughter up because she was trying to, Kenneka had done turned 18. And she was entitled to her own money now. Kenneka wasn't staying there with Theresa because of what's the man named James?
James
Wanted Theresa. Wanted
James
Kenneka.
wanted Kenneka.
And the understanding I had that he had Kenneka. Kenneka was sleeping with a darn knife underneath the pillow until she got away from there. So I'm gonna go back and read all these messages in my inbox as soon as I get situated. But the truth be told, Kenneka was not dead in that freezer. She was beat up pretty bad. Probably had probably on the verge of dying. But when they laid her on that gurney, Kenneka didn't look to be deceased to me. Because we seen her move on the gurney.
And in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, right? I don't even believe that was Kenneka on that gurney.
Well, that's what I would just get ready to say. Even if that was Kenneka, because now you think about it, we heard when somebody called 911 or called the police or whatever, we heard sirens in the background. So we don't know if the ambulance came and took Kenneka away, because later we see that her hair is cut out of her head. She's in a hospital and looked like she was hooked up to IV, correct?
Correct.
That was the real Kenneka there.
And that's what I figured. It was a stunt double. It was I mean, it's like they staged all of this.
Exactly. Another thing is, if Kenneka was cremated, what the heck did they need a tombstone for? I ain't figured that part out yet.
But if she was cremated, right? I got to understand this. If Kenneka was really cremated, who was that in that casket?
I believe it was, because they said it was what, 2 or 3 girls there at that motel that was unalive that night.
Right.
So what about the other lady that stands on that is her child in that casket?
That's what that lady and
I believe that's who it is in that casket. It's that woman's child.
Is that woman's child?
Because if Kenneka is cremated, then why would somebody pay all of that money and put a tombstone out there at a gravesite when Kenneka is clearly not there? That don't make no sense.
Right. And the thing is this, the thing that gets me most is this, right? The lady is saying, so why is it that nobody,
listening to that
looked into that? It's not Kenneka in the casket. And the story that's coming out behind that is, well, when they do the autopsy and this, that, and the other, and they remove organs, with the brain and things like that, they will have a different look. Now that was a totally different damn look.
No, it ain't that total. I mean, they can still do a DNA on the corpse to find out whether that's that lady's child or not.
Exactly. But nobody would touch it.
And I wonder why nobody would touch it. Because
nobody would touch it.
It would uncover the bigger picture about the cover-up that they had going on. That's why nobody won't touch it.
Exactly.
It would expose everything and everybody.
And that's what Theresa's afraid of, the exposure.
The exposure part. That's all that is. And what she did as far as running up and down the road with no clothes on, and she showed the niece how to suck D and all that old crazy mess. That she never even thought about her grandkids is on that internet listening and watching that foolishness. But she didn't care at this moment. She's trying to I don't know, paint a picture like she's crazy, because she know all this stuff eventually is getting ready to come out.
Right.
And I'll tell you I'm surprised they haven't said nothing yet. But Jedediah, he knows it all, because God, what's the guy named that got killed from Kenneka case? Zach. Before Zach got his laptop stolen, Jedediah knew everything that was on that laptop. And I wish somebody could reach out to Jedediah. Jedediah knows he hasn't said anything yet.
But he has not said, he's never said nothing. And the thing that got me, Jedediah says, when Jedediah said, that's when Theresa really pissed him off. And Jedediah said, I protected this witch.
He did.
So when Jedediah says, I protected this witch, what were you protecting her from?
From the peace. He didn't want, from the exposure. The exposure is about to come out now. The reason why they haven't dug up that grave to find out whose child is really in that grave, because it's going to expose a whole lot of people and some higher up people Theresa knows what she's doing. She better play crazy. She better play crazy, or she better go somewhere and play dead, because they're gonna come after her.
And she knows that. That's why she's talking the way she's talking.
Exactly. That's exactly why she's acting the way she is, and it's all a put on. That wasn't Kenneka on that gurney, because if she froze in the freezer, and they done laid her straight out on a gurney, that's. I mean, it didn't take no rocket science to figure that out. That's you're not gonna straighten nobody out if she's froze solid in a freezer that wasn't even on. Come on now.
That part, because the freezer was never on.
It was never on. And if
And
nobody
and
ever
and the
used the
video,
freezer, what made
the video footage said that nobody had been in that kitchen area since July or August.
so what made the manager decide to go down there in September and open up a freezer and find a body in there?
That's exactly.
So so all of this was just staged, and they had to stage it. Theresa had already signed the darn papers and then signed those people probably didn't even know which child was hers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Kenneka is going on to the hospital, and now you got to do away with with Kenneka. You done signed the paperwork. Everybody confused. You signed paperwork to take this girl organs. You're gonna get paid.
And that's what she knows. The world knows now.
Yes.
She signed papers so they could take Kenneka's organs.
And what happened is Kenneka was still living. I believe that's the whole confusion. They told her child was dead in the freezer, but she really was not dead in the freezer. She was at that hospital. Does that make any sense?
It makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense.
But now you already done signed her over. You done signed your rights away. You done gave her to these people. And she's not dead. She is still living. That was not Kenneka in that freezer. That was not Kenneka on that gurney.
Exactly.
They cut Kenneka's hair out of her head because they done beat her up and all that they did to her in the pool and all that old crazy mess. And remember, y'all heard, this is why I wanted to get on yesterday. You all heard Theresa say, she died because of you calling my name. Y'all remember that?
My name.
Now listen at this. I don't know what video. I didn't save no videos. But there's a video of, it's supposed to be the party goers. And at the party, at the motel, you hear this girl in the background crying, I want my mom, I want my mom. As
I remember, I saw that video.
To her then.
And she asked, and I heard a voice saying, why are y'all doing this to me?
I want my mom. That is the truth. Theresa's clearly telling us that those videos that they was slowly putting out was the truth. That was her daughter. They was doing all that they were doing to her. And they sent them videos to her mother. Her mother thought that she was deceased.
Uh-huh.
But she did not die. And now you done signed these darn papers. And now you have no daughter no more. You done signed her over to Satan.
And it's all beginning to make sense, because my thing is this. Theresa knows exactly what happened.
I'm telling you what happened.
And Theresa knows exactly what happened, right? And Theresa, all of a sudden, now you're out here, because this shit is crazy. Why would you say now you want your daughter's hair? What? You want the weave, Theresa?
Well, way back when, they had a little zip bag with hair in it. You remember it was a pink and a red bow tie? And they said, oh no, that's not that's what Manifa had around her wrist. That's not hers. Why didn't you confront that then? Why are you waiting 8 years later? If the bag of stuff that they gave you was not Kenneka's, why are you waiting 8 years later?
Exactly.
Because you already knew that stuff wasn't Kenneka's. You knew it most likely was the woman that's in that cast and stuff. She most likely was there too, hitting a lick.
And I'm wondering, right? This is what I wonder. The lady, the lady who believed that that was her daughter
Mm-hmm.
in that casket.
Yes.
I'm wondering, you know, why did that lady not pursue that? Why didn't she get an attorney? Why didn't she get somebody that could stand there with her, stand behind her, fight for her justice to find out if that was
If that
truly,
was her
in fact,
child.
her daughter?
Yes. So did they pay her off too?
It makes you wonder because I haven't heard anything more from the lady.
Nothing from the lady. I know they at one point they said, she was out. The late, not the mother, but the woman that was in the casket was out on drugs. She was a street person.
Mm-hmm.
So, mom didn't have a whole lot of dealings with it, but when she seen the picture on Facebook, she knew that that was her child.
Right.
So somebody's done hushed her up. Cause ain't no way in the world I would still be quiet. Everybody would be
Exactly.
in an
Because,
uproar.
now it raises a whole lot of questions. Because if you made all this hoorah about it's a possibility that that was your daughter in that casket, make me understand why is it that you haven't been shaking heaven and hell?
Cause she may have gotten paid off too.
And she may have gotten paid off as well.
Yeah.
And that's where I am with all of this because in Teresa's situation, Teresa knew that she collected this money.
Mm-hmm.
She collected it and she remained quiet for 8 years.
8 years.
So this lady could have been under the same situation, never to mention nobody, never to mention nothing.
Yes.
I don't get this. How do you do this to your own child, your flesh and blood?
Your flesh and blood.
And I'm wondering if this lady is in the same position with Teresa right now because Teresa is running a mess.
Teresa is running a mess, and Teresa gonna get, if it's other people that's caught up in this situation, she gonna get everybody messed up for running her mouth.
Correct.
And she shouldn't be out of money. Lord knows she shouldn't be. If she's out of money, I'd like to know what she did with it, because I forget what the inheritance was of Kenneka's from her dad,
Wow.
but it was quite a bit.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, it appears that Teresa is taking this money and taking care of other people.
Maybe,
She
yeah,
got to be on drugs
yeah, something's not right. But
because
whatever
Teresa
she did,
nothing never became spectacular about Teresa with that type of money.
not nothing.
All she did was got a botched up BBL.
No speech therapy, no nothing.
No, nothing.
No etiquette classes, absolutely nothing. I
Wow.
I feel like she sold her soul to the devil. You
That
sold
she did.
you sold your daughter to the devil, because you thought your daughter was dead in that freezer, and you came out of that room and running and carrying on because you thought your child was dead. That wasn't your child on that gurney.
No, Teresa didn't think she didn't think she was dead, right? Teresa knew what was going on. Because
Okay.
had Teresa not known what was going on, Teresa would have not been seen at that hotel days prior.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. Because she definitely was there on the 6th. Her and her sister, they had a party, or they was
Correct.
at someone's party.
Correct. And Teresa was there being a so say madam.
Uh-huh.
And she had those girls there trying to go and hustle men as well.
Exactly. Exactly. And so that night they thought they was gonna hustle those men what they had a police ball or something going on there
That night, yes.
that night. So those are higher up people that were there, and they weren't going for that. So Yeah, and I
Wow.
believe everything just went left, and Teresa knows about it. And
Yes.
Lenora, why would Kenneka have to text Lenora and say, "Hey, I'm ready to go," when I got the keys and I drove the van there? That don't make no sense. I'm gonna
It
leave when I
makes
get
no
ready.
sense. That's what I'm telling you. Teresa has been lying from the jump.
From the jump.
And Lenora knows all about it because she's in on it just like Teresa.
And she's been very quiet, just showing her teeth, not saying nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it all will come out, but no, she's playing crazy. She ain't lost her mind. She wants to go in that crazy place, or she better
But she's
pretend like
going, she wants to go to that crazy place to escape her
exactly,
reality.
exactly. She
Not
knows she done
only
messed up.
escape her reality, but she wants to go, she's running from somebody.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And you know what I thought? I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't James Coleman that she was running from.
Well, I'm looking, I've heard that. Because I didn't know much about the James Coleman, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I found out about James Coleman through the chat.
But did you see what he was in jail for?
No,
Well, you might want to look that up.
I don't think I won't.
You might want to look that up, and that could be who she's running from.
Don't think I won't. I got
Well,
that. When I got that piece of information, I'm like, whoa.
well, you definitely need to look that up because, yeah, yeah, she could be running from him right by herself.
Teresa ain't
Because
shit.
they said he was at that motel the night before too.
I heard that.
Well, look him up, and I guarantee you that what I'm saying it makes a lot of sense.
I heard that he was at that hotel too.
Yes. Yep, dropping off packages at the front desk. You have to go back. I was following the case, like I was watching it every day. Like every day, I'm on the internet. I had surgery, so I couldn't go nowhere, couldn't do anything. So I was glued to the internet, and
Hmm.
I watched just about every video because I was trying to piece all this together my own self. And it was too much to try to piece together, but it was a lot of covering up, and it was a lot of stuff that was going on. And they said Theresa was the madam and sending them girls out. That wasn't the first hotel party that they uh they had gone to. That's what they known to do.
Right, because it came through the chat last night, and it's very interesting, right? The same hotel,
They had a party.
yeah, at the same, I guess it was the sister hotel. There was
Yeah.
one right down the street from Teresa's house.
Yes, it sure
So
enough was.
why would they have Kenneka go 45 minutes and an hour away to be over there? Because Teresa had already set that up days prior.
Already had set it up, and the girls pretty much said it on the video that night. They said, "Oh, just wait, because the big one is going to be on the
On the
6th."
6th.
Yes, Kenneka probably didn't catch on to none of that, but those girls did. You know how when you get a group of girls together, and you can tell when somebody's slurring you. I never fool with a whole bunch of females, but
Right.
you can tell when the female is slurring another female. If you pay attention to
Correct.
them videos, they were hating on Kenneka. They were at Kenneka's house, but they always was hating on her, throwing slurs at her.
Right.
But Kenneka couldn't pick up on that.
No. And you look at Kenneka in every situation that she was in, even the people that she was with, she seemed so
Uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Yes. Yep. It's sad. It's really sad. But Theresa is running, and look James Coleman up.
Don't think I won't.
Um she's running and she's trying to play crazy. Yeah, she probably dipping and dabbing and all that extra foolishness and want to pretend like she gone crazy. She better go somewhere and hide because they coming
And
for
that's what
her.
she's trying to do. She's trying to hide.
And yes, because she done went on the internet and made a fool of herself out there walking
And
up and down the
and
road
like I
break
said
necks.
before, and like I said before, Teresa was dropping crumbs, baby. She was talking.
Yes, she was.
She was
I was picking a darn fool. I said that's what she get for spitting on folks.
That's what she did. Exactly. That's what she got for
When
spitting
she
on the
hawked
people.
up that spit, I jumped back. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm done. I don't even want to watch it no more.
Hmm.
But anyway, I got to go. I'm at home now, just getting off of work. But I appreciate you. But go look up James Coleman.
I will, girl.
Teresa. Teresa ain't crazy. She know what she was dipping and dabbling in, and she
She
knows
knew.
she done messed up. That's all.
She knew. I appreciate you, girl.
I appreciate you. I love your channel and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so very much, boo.
Have a good night.
All right, you too, mama.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. For everyone that entered the chat that I didn't get a chance to individually greet, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, this stuff just keeps. Theresa is a story by herself. By herself. World class traveler says there was a video. There was a video, but I can't find it. But someone said that Kenneka was fighting near the pool. Then a hotel employee said in another video that the pool was closed down because they kept finding hair. This shit gotta make sense. It has to make sense. And the sad part about it is Theresa knows all about it. If anyone else is willing to come up, all you have to do is say, Mocha, drop the link. Y'all got some, man, y'all got some interesting points here, valid. And you know what's sad, y'all? All Theresa need to do is just tell the damn truth. Okay, if there was hair near this pool, they closed the pool down because there was hair there. Do y'all think it was in that moment that poor little Kenneka was fighting? Why are y'all doing me this? And now all of a sudden here Theresa comes wanting Kenneka's hair. Well, bitch, you pulled it out. Theresa tells on herself a little bit at a time. Kenneka did not stand a chance. Teresa's the devil. I don't give a shit. Her action shows exactly who she is. Island girl, I agree with you 100%. I do believe Theresa was fighting with Kenneka. I believe that. Theresa ain't shit. Hey, Queen of Kings, welcome, my love. Ann said Teresa's out here acting like she's on drugs. That's an act, Ann. Thank you so very much for the support, Sister Rashina. Portia, hey, boo. And what Teresa's doing, pretending she's on drugs and everybody's talking about spiritual warfare. And no, fuck all of that. Those demons are tearing Teresa's ass apart. Hey, Dorothy Ann, welcome, my love. What Teresa's doing, everything, listen. What Theresa is doing is to distract the truth. She wants everybody to put the attention on her and her so-say mental illness and walk away from what they see. That's what Theresa was trying to do. Theresa is deflecting, and Theresa don't want to own the part she played. And Lenora is laying her ashy ass quiet somewhere because she don't want to be pulled in the middle of this shit either. Because just like Theresa has a price to pay, I hope Lenora don't ever believe. I hope she don't ever think that Satan is not coming collect from her as well. Not only do they have to answer for what they done to Kenneka where the world saw it, they also have to answer for Kenny. You have to answer for Kenny. You have to answer for your sister, Theresa. And you also have to answer for your brother. The brother that, I don't have the proof of that yet. But the brother that they say allegedly is Kenneka's father. It's too many stories coming out here on Theresa. They say Theresa takes in children. That's why she's being called TT. Mama T. All these stray-ass people in our house for a check. World-class traveler says, then in another video, someone said that they had checked in and was upset because their kids couldn't use the pool that night Kenneka had supposedly went missing. Hey, Tina, welcome, my love. Hope all is well with you, baby. We're praying for you. Hey, T. Lamont, welcome, boo. Henry Boone, welcome, boo. Henry Boone said she messed up all that money. Believe that. That's why all of a sudden she back in the spotlight trying to get justice. She sucked that justice up. Ain't no justice for the wicked. I don't know if nobody ever told her that. But she better know it now. There's absolutely no justice for the wicked. And wicked is who the hell Theresa is. That's who she is. For those of you that's just entering the chat, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing what we always do. We're holding a little conversation about Theresa Martin. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Join the family. This is what we do. Here they want to paint certain pictures of Kenneka. Kenneka wasn't reckless. Kenneka was failed many times over. Even the make-believe footage, that they're throwing out here wanting the people to see, y'all. Even that make-believe footage, it still shows that baby's innocence. And that old make-believe ass footage, it tells the story that Theresa still don't want to address. It tells that story. Hey, Scorpio, welcome, my love. It tells the story that she don't want to address. Henry says, the girl that was in a casket. Antonia Evans. Henry, Moca gonna bring you back the news just as soon as she finds it out. Theresa, you're sad. Everything that's happening to you right now, yes, you deserve it. All for $1. And you're still in the same boat that you started off in. The only person that should be the center of attention right now is Kenneka. But Theresa wants to make it all about her. No. No. Kenneka wasn't reckless. She didn't choose tragedy. Everybody that was around her failed her. Miss T Love said she couldn't spend up $3.5 million in 2 years. She got the money in 2023. She still got money. That's not the problem. It's what she did that's driving her crazy. That part. Thank you, Scorpio. Scorpio said, I'm going to start from the beginning. I don't want to miss anything. Keep doing what you do, Mocha. Thank you, Scorpio. I appreciate that, baby. Truly appreciate that. Hey, Siobhan, welcome. Siobhan says, I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. Siobhan says, I don't give a damn what y'all say. James Coleman got that money. Who allowed? And that's why Theresa's gone crazy. Theresa's running from a few things. Hey, Keely Butler, welcome. You don't know how, what, but we don't know how, what, babe. Hey, Kamara, welcome. Hey, Mimi Flair, welcome to the chat, my love. Welcome, guys, welcome. Tonight's a space where we all could talk about it. Not just Mocha. I'm dropping that link. Where you see Mocha's name, y'all click on that link if you choose to come up. And you have a right to talk about it like I do. Mimi Flair said she's on drugs. Pay attention to her old videos. It's subtle, but I definitely think her mental health is declining in addition to it. And that's very possible. Hey, Deborah Crosby, welcome. Welcome. Island girl, I'm so glad you love it here. Tarsha says, Auntie, didn't Theresa get her teeth fixed? Yep, she got some big uns. She got some big uns. World Class Traveler says Kenneka may have been too fucked up and knew that and asked for a ride. I had done that a few times because I was in no shape to drive, not for being intoxicated. That's understandable. Kitty says, I want to join, but I'm shy as fuck. Help. Kitty, hit the link, mama. Hit the link. And you don't even have to turn your camera on. Y'all could come up here, turn your camera off. That's not a requirement. It's not a requirement. All I have to do is see that you do exist backstage because ain't nobody flashing me. Henry Boone says, Theresa ass is running from the Illuminati. When you expose the Illuminati, they silence you. Henry Boone. Theresa know that she was in a place of being silent. She came out here trying to speak her piece. Theresa wanted to talk so bad it was hurting her from the inside out. And we questioned why Theresa was spitting on the people. We questioned why she was hocking all over the camera. Let me explain that to you all. The devil had her throat. The devil had her tongue. They was trying to shut her up. See, Theresa had a lot of things against her that day. She was playing tug of war with the lie and the truth. Kenneka telling the bitch, tell it. The devil telling her, ho, shut up. That's what's happening, right? Bitch, tell it. That's what Kenneka was telling her. The devil was telling her, ho, shut up. You done spent Kenneka's money. Go and get them raggedy teeth fixed. That's too big for you, Mr. Ed. Big pearly whites. And they were so big. Theresa couldn't hold all of that spit that she threw on the people. She couldn't. But I do believe that this shit is bigger than what it appears to be, and Theresa knows all about it. The Illuminati, I believe that. But Kenneka is making this whole talk. And she knows it. And she can't run from it. Kitty, take your time. Mama, take your time. Take your time. Ann said it's alleged that James Coleman was also there at that party. Probably was there with Theresa and Lenora. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Jasmona said that hotel has over 40 freezers. Why? Why? And that's a damn good question, Jasmona. Why so many freezers? Why is there a kitchen that's inoperable? Why? And if it was really inoperable, because shit happens, why was it not sealed off? Because in Moca's opinion, whatever y'all wanted the world to believe took place. Y'all sold that story for a very long time. But whatever supposedly took place, y'all put the script together. It still was raggedy. But it took place outside of that kitchen, outside of that freezer. That was just the final resting place. That was just the final resting place. Ann says, it seems the only person really that was looking for Kenneka was her Uncle J Money. Walk in that kitchen. But then, Ann, I'm going to leave it right there. See Uncle J Money? Uncle J Money wanted answers. Uncle J Money was more invested in what happened to Kenneka than Theresa could have ever been. Right? Uncle J Money was pulling the covers off of shit that Theresa wanted to stay hidden. When Uncle J Money got too close, started exposing people and started questioning Theresa's motives, Uncle J Money disappeared. All of this, y'all, got Theresa's name all over it. All over it. J Money. Island Girl, I believe it. I do believe it, Island Girl. There's more people involved. More people involved than we'll ever know. Then, hey, Kitty, welcome, boo.
Hi, hello. Hello,
Hi,
chat.
how are you, my love?
I'm good, and you?
I'm well, thanks for asking. Welcome to the chat, boo. We enjoy having you here.
You as well.
What's
Um,
your, what's your take on all of this, girl?
okay, so first off, I found my people because this case actually came up for me on Facebook and someone was talking about it in a group chat. And I remember when this story dropped,
Uh-huh.
and I went to the mother's page, Theresa's page, and I saw that post she made on Facebook was real. So then I didn't follow her page, but then I just started like, I would just look on her page every day. She started going live, and I'm like, something don't feel right. And that's why I was saying like the last time I was in the chat, I'm like, well, every time I seem to engage or watch anything coming from her, like strange things started to happen because I ended up in the doctor's office the next day. I think that was her live that she was just spitting on people or something.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Is that energy?
and people think, oh, she's on drugs, she's spending money on drugs, she's going crazy. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's a spiritual warfare. I think it's a root out on her. And I think because she sacrificed so many people that's even been involved, it's now catching up to her.
Could very well be.
And everyone's like, oh, well, protect her at all cost or, get some sleep. No, it's more than get some sleep. She can't sleep. She probably can't eat. And I actually don't even deserve to. And I feel like I don't care who it is. If you offer me money, I want to know what happened to my child. I don't want any money because that money cannot bring back my child.
Exactly.
And people are over here. That's what's bothering me the most too. The masses are so asleep to what's actually going on in our world. It's hidden in plain sight. These people, they're hiding, but they're right in your face.
Right in your
Anytime the
face, you are.
police can be on it. Yeah. The police are right in on it. The hotel was on it. The hotel knew everyone involved. And when you go look them up, they tell you all these different owners. Okay, who are the true faces behind that hotel?
Exactly.
Who really
And
got that kidney?
that's right. You got to make it make sense.
And why was the organ harvesting ring? Why was that busted like a couple months later? Don't make no sense.
None. None. Island Girl, you there, baby?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, baby. How are you this afternoon? Or this
I'm
evening, should I say?
I'm doing good.
Good, good, good. What you
I
got, mama?
well, I don't really. I mean, I know about the case, and
Mm-hmm.
from what I have been studying and learning, and it's it's deeper than what anybody thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Of
I
course.
I I know that TM, she know more than what she's saying.
Of course she do.
She know more. She know more. And James Coleman, he's part of it too. He was there at the hotel.
I heard, but we're gonna find out what his role was.
I think his role was to make sure she didn't talk. Because if you notice, every time she did an interview, he was there. And when she was talking, he would touch her and then she would stop talking. So it's almost like he made sure she didn't talk more than what she was supposed to.
Wow.
I think it's all in the body language of their cult too. Like they all have their little signs and symbols that they're doing, and people think, oh, it's just a handshake. Oh, it's
Yeah,
just the way they hold their hands. No, it's way more than that.
yeah,
Right.
They all have this thing where they signal out to each other, and we're just sitting and we're thinking, oh, well, that's just a handshake. And what did everybody start doing? All these handshakes. When
yeah.
people started doing this Illuminati pyramid with their hands, everyone started doing it.
And that's why I truly believe that the reason why she's walking in the middle of the street naked, I believe she didn't listen to them, and they had to make
A
an
believer.
example out of
Right.
her. So they made her walk in the streets naked. She had to humiliate it herself. She had to make herself look bad because she didn't listen. She talked and she wasn't supposed to talk.
Wow.
But I don't see how she wasn't ashamed. But she can't have no soul because she didn't shed not one tear.
But it was
At
rituals.
all.
And who don't like when somebody pass away and it's your loved one, your friend, who don't shed a tear? I, at one time she didn't shed a tear,
But we've
and
never
that
seen no emotions from Teresa.
no, not
None.
one.
No.
And
But
that's
it's
what made
crazy.
me initially question. That's what made me initially question, was Kenneka really her biological daughter? It makes you wonder.
She don't even Kanika do not even look like Teresa. Honestly, in my opinion,
I don't think that was her daughter.
Right. I mean
I
that
don't
that's just my opinion. It don't
hmm
appear that Kenneka is her biological daughter, because who would treat their daughter that way?
know.
but why did
And
that's another question too. She also put a man that was what a borderline child molester. She put him before her own daughter, so that's another thing to look at too.
right,
Yeah. And you also got to look at it. When her sister passed away, she made a video. She showed more. She cried more for her sister than she did her own daughter.
Mm-hmm.
wow. And that's the thing, that's a red flag right there.
Yeah,
She had more emotions for that sister, blood sister. And when
yeah.
it came to Kenneka, nothing. Hey, Rodney, welcome, my love. Hey, Nissa, welcome, boo. Teresa. Y'all, Teresa's done too much. Teresa's done too much. And it's a
Yeah,
shame. And it's a shame that Kenneka, 19 years old, never had an opportunity to see life. And they took it from her.
yeah,
It's a shame. It's a shame. And I don't care if I have to come out here every day and pull out the wrong in Theresa as a human being. I'm not going to even look at her being a woman, a mother, a sister, none of that.
Mhm.
A human
Mhm.
being, because this shit is not right.
I'm glad somebody is calling this out though, cause I've seen this all over TikTok. I've heard people say, "Oh, be careful," and yeah, God is gonna cover us either way because 2025 is also the year that this stuff is to be exposed. So first off, they can't get everybody, and you know that's what they want people to be. They want people to be afraid. They want people to hide. They damn near want people to run under their bed and just start hiding from these people. No, we need to start questioning and seeing what's been surrounding us all these years. Because if this can happen, and the police are in on it and no one wants to touch this case and everyone wants to just be quiet about it, this should be something that's a concern for everyone worldwide and every
Absolutely.
you know and in this country, in every state, not just certain states,
Absolutely.
every state, because then that means if that happened there, if that happened, in Chicago, it is definitely happening everywhere else. We really need to start looking at who is in our office, but who is above them that we just simply can't see. We need names, we need faces, because these
Yes.
people should not be allowed to walk down the street. That means these people are walking by us every single day, and we are never knowing that they're the serial killers that's just walking by us, but they get on TV and smile in your face. And the media, this is why I turned off the news years ago. I turned off the news really when I hit my teenage years, because it seems like they want to talk about the local news. The local news is always sad, but then they don't want to crack down on the crime that they should. They don't want to do anything that they should do for the people, but they're always talking about something ridiculous. You notice there's no even real news anyways. They don't talk about human trafficking. They don't talk about, all this other stuff that they're supposed to cover.
Absolutely.
But they want to
I
talk about
agree with you.
celebrities.
That's
They'll t-
right.
they'll talk about a celebrity in a minute. One time they was talking about John, I think it was John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Oh, and everybody out here, they trying to make a living. These people, they already paid and whatever else, they got their blood money. People are still trying to get by, make a living. Who wants to hear about these people early in the morning if they gotta go to school or work? But you mean
Right.
to tell me y'all can't cover the things that's going on around us? And then when they have people that are like activists and really they got people with this fake outrage and outraged about things that's really minor compared to if people truly knew the truth. It would psychologically damage a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know whoever M Butler is that's trying to hit the link backstage. Tell me who you are within the chat. I didn't mean to interrupt you, boo.
No, you're good.
But I really love, I appreciate y'all outlook on this, because it's too much, and this thing is deeper. It's deeper than we could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Theresa got caught up in something that was bigger than her, that was smarter than her, that was more educated than her, and she compromised her entire family and her
Yeah.
entire existence to be seen. And now she's losing her damn mind.
You want to
But
know? Sorry, go ahead.
in this isn't the only case that she is tied to. Here in Chicago, there are other cases. I did some research and I had some people helping me. Um, it was being told that she was some kind of madam,
I heard that.
and she um she has some girls that's out here, and one of the girls who she was a madam to, it, it happened to her. The girl came up missing, and
Mm.
they said that TM knew about it. She knew what had happened.
I could believe it. So now her
Mhm.
name is tied up with being a madam. Her
Yeah,
name is tied up being with organ harvesting. Come on, lady. Her name is tied up with being, with people's lives being in danger. Something is wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like every time you turn around, her name is tied to something. And you know how I think they got Teresa to begin with? They saw her mentality. They already knew she was going to sell out before she sold out. And maybe she didn't know how far this was going to go. I think she did because she already doesn't have a soul in the fact that it was so easy for her to just sell out to begin with. I think she had a clue, in a sense, but everyone's like, oh, look at her situation. Okay, everyone has a situation, everyone has a story, but they not out here, joining cults to, steal people's organs or, kill people and then get a profit off of killing people. So I think these people that got her hooked up into all of this, I think they knew her mentality. They knew she was going to sell out. They already knew what her soul was way before it happened. These people, and I use that term very lightly, they already know who's what before it even happens.
Well, she had been caught up into things for so long, her
Mm-hmm.
name was already on the radar.
yeah. And you got to also look at it. It's all about money as well because she got money. She got insurance off of Kenneka Jenkins. Her father, when her father passed away, he left Kenneka money. TM
Uh-huh.
got that. She got that. So it's to me, I think it's all about money. And then she also got money off her sister death. She got the insurance off her sister. She got a lot of money. And I don't understand, she got all this money and now she broke. I don't think she broke.
But is
I
it,
think
let's look at it this way, right? The people that she was dealing with, the
mhm,
people that she was dealing with, and we could logically look at this, and all the money that she supposedly came into, what we know about the Kanikas, about the NDA and shit like that. We know about that. We know that money that was guaranteed.
right,
We heard rumors about the money that the father left that Kanika was to come into. We heard about that.
right.
What if Teresa was placed in a situation to whereas all the foul shit she's done and is doing, what if she was placed in a situation to do this shit for money and have somebody else to be the beneficiary of the stupid shit that she does?
Yeah.
I believe that.
Because I do believe somebody's behind Teresa in the background.
Well, you do
Teresa's doing all these dangerous acts, but somebody else is reaping the benefits.
well, you
And that's
do
why
know
Teresa's losing her mind.
you do know that. Do you remember the case Kendrick Johnson?
No, I don't remember that case.
Well, Kendrick Johnson is a boy who he died in a gym room in the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah, yeah. And his father was a police officer, right?
yeah,
Okay, I know
yeah.
who that is.
Well, TM and his mother are best friends. They
Shut
are
the hell
best
up.
they
Wait,
are
Shut
best
the
friends.
you
hell up.
I had a feeling they were connected. I just had that
They are
feeling.
best friends.
I had that feeling because it was one organ harvesting case after another. They didn't
Yeah.
think we would pay attention to that too because
Because Yeah, because when they found his body, all his organs was gone. His body was stuffed with tissue and
Newspaper.
newspaper.
Wow. Wow. This is insane. Because this, if I remember the story correctly, right? This young man, they took his organs as well.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
And they were doing the police, nobody really did anything. I mean, they kept going to the police station
Wow.
and they just it's almost something like what they did with Kenneka. Like they ruled it out as an accidental death. That's what they did
Unbelievable.
to him. They ruled it out
Yes.
as an
And they
accidental death.
rolled this young man up in that carpet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Lord, and Teresa's tied up into that too.
yeah. Her
You
and
know,
the mother are best friends. They are best friends.
so that means his mother is also pretending like she's up here trying to get justice when really they know what happened to the boy. They both know
Yeah.
what happened to the boy because I think if that's the case, then they're both like some kind of ringleader in these type cults. It would only make sense because how are people just coming up missing, you know, not
Well,
too far apart? Mm-hmm.
they are Eastern Star.
Yeah.
She's an Eastern Star with TM.
Wow. World class traveler. I'm gonna drop the link. You can hit the link. Yes, anonymous, you can come up too. Um, but ladies, I really appreciate y'all insight.
Thank
I,
you.
I
Thank
really do.
you.
I appreciate y'all coming up.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good evening.
You as
You too.
well.
Okay. See, everybody, I believe everybody, has an opportunity to share, what they may feel or what they may know. Everything is not believable. Everything is definitely not believable, right? And we have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have to use your discernment on everything. That you have to use your discernment on everything. Um, what we know of my hey anonymous, are you
Hello.
there?
Yes, I am. Hello,
Hey,
hello,
boo.
everyone. I'm a little
I'm trying to figure out who is M. Butler. M. Butler, could you make yourself known in the chat? And I will definitely let you up. I just had to block somebody in the background. As we see, I blocked it in the comment section too, because we're not going to be sitting up here calling names that shouldn't be. So people have to actually let me know who they are. Okay, I see you. I see you now. Okay, I see you now. Thank you for that. Thank you. Okay, M. Butler, hit it again, baby. I'm about to let you up. Brazy, thank you, my love. Mocha, I love your channel, but this lady is crazy. First, she said she lived down the street from Theresa. Then she said she did Kenneka's autopsy. What lady, Brazy?
what?
Oh, shit. Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness.
You see, that's the shit. I don't like I'm not, Mocha's not for the bullshit. And if you're going to come to me with facts. Come to me with what you know, not what you think you know. Don't make up shit. Don't twist shit. Don't stir shit.
Thank you.
Because ain't nothing is going to be attached to Mocha's name that it happened this way, that way, and another way. And now we're not doing that bullshit. Wow. Thank you so very much for that, Brazies. Welcome to the chat, my love. I appreciate you for that.
Let me put my earpiece. It's too late for that. Unbelievable.
Child.
Okay, so I came up there as soon as I heard about Kendrick, was it Johnson? Boy, I have studied that case a little bit, and we heard in the past that they did know it. Kenneka and him knew each other. Now I don't know about the mothers and all that, but I heard that they knew each other.
And there's a possibility if they're from the same area.
Yeah, so I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, things happen, and it's just so unfortunate that so many people got caught up in it, right?
Right.
It just so happened, and it's a shame. And Butler, are you there, boo?
I don't know how to do it.
I hear you, baby. You here? You here?
Oh, okay. Hi, Mocha.
Hey, baby. How are you?
Okay. Did you see what I wrote about Kenneka's friend, the one that wanted to take her out the night that she disappeared?
No, girl. Go ahead. Give it to us.
Well, her name is Zuri Wells, and she's a high-class stylist around Kenneka's in Chicago. Well, about 4 months ago, she was on the boat in Chicago.
That's the one that died on the boat.
Yes, honey. But first, they were saying that she got pushed and it was suspicious and all that. So I was just wanting to let you know. I just wonder now if that was true. They ended up saying she fell. She had been drinking and fell off. That's the only thing they ever end up saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just wanting to let you know somebody could have took her out.
You know what? And when I found out that she was Kenneka's friend, and then months later, here it is that she's gone.
Yes, I've been following her for the longest.
Yes. And then Theresa comes with the fake sympathy, reaching out to her mom, yada, yada, yada. But it was just too suspicious to me.
Yes. And she would still go visit Kenneka, had pictures up still in her house, and would always go visit her grave. She would show that at times, but it's just odd because I didn't know none of this Theresa stuff was going on until I seen your thing last night, because I'd been gone out of town, so I didn't know nothing about the Theresa stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So that's just odd. First thing that came to my mind was Zuri, wondering about was if they really push her off of there.
Right. Oh, girl. And I'm like, Sean, there were many victims in that tragedy.
Right. But yeah, a lot of people were saying that it was odd and it was a coincidence that would happen and stuff like that. So I just wanted you to know that, but she is the same girl that didn't want Kenneka going out with those other girls that night. She was wanting to take her. She was wanting her to go with her, but she went on and chose to go with them when they went to that hotel. So that's the same girl that took her out that night. So it's just odd, isn't it?
That is very odd. Very odd.
So they ended up just saying she fell, but at first they were saying they believe she was pushed and and stuff like that. So I don't know how the story changed to where she supposed to just fell off. So I was just letting you know that. Thanks.
And
I'm
I
sorry to
appreciate you,
girl,
but baby, look, we get to digging over here. We get to digging over here. Y'all come and drop those little gems, and we get to digging over here. Because this it don't make no sense. It's too many coincidences, and that's not coincidences.
Really?
I don't believe in coincidences.
They might end up looking into it more again now, since this is all happening.
But especially with Zuri Wells' case, but with poor little Kenneka, that could never be reopened.
Right, but with Zuri, because they just believed that there was no way she could have failed, So maybe they'll look into that, or the mother or somebody will probably.
Right,
But
right.
thanks for having me up, and
I
I love
appreciate
you. I've
you
been
wanting
watching
to
you
come up.
since Jay Crazy Butts. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I will continue to watch you.
Thank you, my love. I appreciate the support, baby.
Have a good
Have a
night.
good night.
Bye bye.
I wanted to talk about these keys. These keys, they are these elusive keys. Because from what I remember, it was said that Miss T gave Kenneka the keys.
Brazy,
But
you
yeah,
want to come up? Just let me know if you want to come up. I'll redrop the link. Thank you for that, Uncle G. I'll drop Brazy, I'm gonna drop the link for you, baby. This is insane. And
okay.
it's too much. Right? And I remember Shemaya was ambushed and she survived.
What?
She died on the yacht and Karma spun a block on her. Thank you, T. Lamont. Thank you for that information. And I love these gems. And I appreciate y'all for them. And if y'all want to hit that link and come up and, Sean, on that issue, it's fine, baby. It's fine because they're giving us something to look into. Wow. This is T. Lamont. I appreciate that piece of information right there. That was a gem. Manifa's mama. Wow. Now go ahead. I'm sorry, baby.
No, it's your deal. No, I just, I'm watching the passing of these elusive keys. First the keys went from Theresa to Kenneka, then Kenneka, from I've seen clips of her riding with her friends, but she wasn't driving. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the party, somehow she didn't have her keys. I mean,
that's what we said. That's what we said yesterday.
Right, and I'm tripping because it's like.
But those keys got a lot. Those keys goes back to Lenora.
Right. How did the passing of the keys, man? What's really going on?
It's a shame. It's a shame that this baby had to go through all of what she's gone through. All what she's gone through. For these people, for grown people who had other motives, had ulterior motives. See, Teresa's story
It's all jacked
changed
up.
so often. Her videos and her behavior didn't match. Exactly, world-class traveler. You have to pay attention to the patterns. We have to pay attention to the patterns.
This story is all jacked up.
T. Lamont is all good, baby. T. Lamont, let me explain something. They knew they were my moderators. We know they were to the point where we don't do name dropping. And when we said name dropping for other content creators. But when it comes to stories, when it comes to these cases, and I apologize, T. Lamont, in advance. When it comes to stories that we're uncovering, it's okay. It's okay for you to, because that's the only way we could tie who belongs where and who's doing what to who. So that's on me. I'll eat that one. But you're good. You're good. And I have to explain that you're good. The names that come across this platform with the people that's involved in this case, they are going to be allowed in here. Because how else will we know who we're talking about? So, T. Lamont, I understand and I do apologize. I apologize for that. But when we say no name dropping, we're meaning other content creators, not people that's invested in the story. Thank you for understanding, T. Lamont. But yeah, these children, and it's like children are the target, and I don't, it's just it's a shame. It's a shame.
Do you remember before the Kenneka Jenkins case even happened, that in that same area they had a raid on a place that had parts, if you will? Do you
Right, I
remember
remember.
that? Two
Hmm.
places, and they were very close to that hotel.
Right.
So they showed a map on the news, and these two places where they had parts.
Hmm.
They raided those two places. And then shortly after this case happened, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Welcome, Brazy. How are you, my love?
I'm good. How y'all doing? How you doing?
Doing
How you
well,
doing?
doing well. We appreciate you gracing our panel this evening.
Okay, okay. I appreciate for letting me come up. What's going on?
Oh, we discussing Theresa.
Man, um, how can I? Well, I'll say this. I hate to see, one of our black queens, going through so much. You know what I mean? She lost her daughter. She'd have been ridiculed. She'd have been bullied years. You know what I mean? So to sit
Right.
back and see her going out like this, it's sad. I hope.
Very sad.
I hope somebody could get a hold of her and try to, talk to her. Somebody could, she could be straightened out because Teresa dealt with a lot. I used to politic with Teresa. I was going back and forth with her on Facebook, and we probably had two conversations. You know what I mean? And I did it
Hmm.
because I've been looking at this case since 2017, also, right, with everybody else.
Hmm.
Um, I felt like if I was going to speak on her daughter, I wanted to speak with her and get her blessings. You
Right.
know. And I feel like we both from Chicago, we both from the West Side. They in my backyard. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was my main reason for wanting to, contact Teresa, speak on her daughter. Like I say, it's coming from my city.
Correct. And that's understandable.
So I hated to jump in and say what I said, but that
But
person you
I'm
had
glad
up.
you did because we don't do things like that.
Yeah, I listened to her on another platform explain how she worked in a doctor's office. Well, wherever Kenneka was brung to do this autopsy, she was the one working right alongside of the doctor. Now, if you was doing this, why you didn't state this when you just came up on this platform? You talk,
Absolutely.
you see what I'm saying? So which don't get me wrong, listen, a lot of people got so many different narratives and different things they talked about with this case. I was around for the first case file and the second case file.
Hmm.
I was around to see the things that was going on in the first case file that they seen that we noticed, and they took it down and revised it and put up another case file, which the time frames was changed, everything. I posted a video on my channel, and it's with the correct time Kenneka got off the elevator at 2:24. I actually showed the man that was right behind her at 2:25. He got off the elevator also. You know, these were the videos that was coming out in the beginning of this case. Later on, once they did the Amp Easy case file and they
Hmm.
revised it, you didn't see this guy. You know what I mean? You didn't see a lot of people that we seen in the beginning. So yes, if anybody on here do I think Teresa has something to do with it? No. I don't. Now, do we all fault her as YouTubers that was digging into this case, that she took the money and she didn't get complete answers? Of course, we was pissed off, but we're not the ones in her shoes. You know, we can't sit back and judge her for what she did. You know what I mean? just because we wouldn't have did it. But other than that, yes, we were all disappointed because we want to know what happened. But God work in mysterious ways. And sometimes we don't have to wait on them to tell us. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just, we'll find out. It'll happen. And
Because
right
at
now
the
it's,
end of the day, rather Theresa knew or didn't know, God is going to reveal it.
oh yeah, God is going to reveal everything that happens in the dark come to light. And I will say this, if anybody paying attention to this case, if y'all didn't know, yes, Irene worked at the hotel. Yes, this is why when everything happened, you seen two people collide. You seen Irene and Monifa. Why? Because you just did something at my job that just caused a reaction. And I'm possibly finna lose my job and everything else, and you acting like you don't know what's going on. So yes, when everything happened, what do we see? Irene and Monifa going head up. You know what I mean? A lot.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, because we all have a right to an opinion.
Of course, of
The
course.
way I see it, and I respect your views on it. But the way I see it, Theresa's timeline, Theresa's stories,
Okay.
and the way Theresa paint this picture, it definitely don't add up with what they're putting, what has been exposed to the public.
It tripped me out because a lot of people were speaking on the timeline. What from the videos, when Theresa says she showed up at 7 a.m., you see her walking through the doors at 7 a.m. of the hotel. But you know what's crazy? They did so much cleaning up that night before she got there that morning. When Theresa walks in, you see Franz Cave tip his hat at her and walk past her and walk right out the building.
Hmm.
He changed out of his uniform, had his track little jogging suit on, had his hat, his book bag on. The guy that found Kenneka wanted France to go ahead and get up out of there. As France was leaving, Theresa was coming in, and she started speaking to that lady in the front lobby. And she's, talking about her daughter, because remember, they wanted Theresa to come in as, they wanted her to wait. Theresa said that she waited to shift change. She came in at 7 a.m. on the footage. You see, it was 7 a.m. when she walked in, you know?
I'm okay with that. But my thing with that, also another question that I have, or another concern that I have, right?
Mhm.
Let's go as far back as the activists.
Okay.
The activists were there doing their job. They were there
Okay.
to try to help Theresa out, get answers, because they were invested, right?
Okay. Okay.
So why would Theresa take the stance that she took?
Ooh, Mocha, where you was at last night when I had P Rico on my live? I did a special guest, P Rico, that was at the funeral, that was protesting, that stood next to Jedediah, that stood next to Andrew Holmes, that stood next to all these people. The reason I interviewed him last night and had him on the live is because we all talk about it, but I want to speak with somebody who had boots on the ground, who was
Uh-huh.
there around that time. And
Mhm.
I'll say this, Andrew Holmes, he's a snake. You
Uh,
snake Teresa for sure. See, you came in as the big dog. You the activist out of all activists. You stand over all them little guys like Jedediah. They want to be like you, you know? So when you're an activist in our city and everybody salute you the way they're doing, when you reached out to Teresa, she thought it was all love. You was really helping. But instead, you was explaining to her you need her to shut the protest down. That would be the better move. The hotel is not making money. That would be the better move, this and this. And she listened to it. She listened until them videos came out. Now something don't seem right. Because everything you was hollering, Andrew, you was trying to make it sound sense. I'm having faith in you as a black woman. I'm listening to you, you activist, you black man, you standing here. I'm believing into you because I don't know where else to turn. I'm a single mother. My daughter done got killed. I ain't got no money to play with these people. You know what I'm saying?
mhm, mhm.
And what Andrew do? He come on in. See, Rosemont contacted him. Hey, can you talk to your people? Hey, if you could correct this with your people out here, Andrew, we'll pay you. And Andrew went on ahead and did it. Was able
Right,
to
and
persuade.
I'm with the chat, because from the city, it's not like Teresa knew what Andrew stood for.
No, she knew he was an activist. And just like Jedediah said, he said when Andrew turned around and did that, I looked at him like, oh no, he lying. Yeah, y'all all realized he was a liar once he sat back and y'all saw that he was for the hotel and not for y'all.
Correct.
So Andrew basically finessed Theresa to shut the protest down so Rosemont could pay him a good pretty penny, for him to go out there and talk to his people, handle your people now, if you can. And he went out there and did just such. And that's why Theresa was, if you listen to her now in the WGCI interview, she hate him. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
But
you
the
may,
thing is, Teresa shut down help from everywhere
you know, I can't sit back and say what
because
all cause.
what she did to Jedediah. Come on now.
I mean, but even with Jedediah, you know what I mean? I don't take nothing away from what Jedediah tried to bring to the situation. But when you got Jedediah over here arguing, and they over here arguing about this money, and then you got Andrew Holmes saying this, and who she gonna roll with? Is she gonna roll with the little activists that's all out here trying to rally up? Is she gonna listen to the big dog?
She should have
Who?
rolled with justice for her daughter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's safe to say it happened like that, And she believed into him, and he spared her wrong. And let's look at it, right? If anybody paying attention, look what Andrew Holmes just did to another black woman in Las Vegas. They left Chicago and went to Las Vegas for a little vacation. He gave her to Pyramid, right
I
there,
saw that.
right there, the same way
Same
Kenneka.
drug that Kenneka got.
So let's get this understood. If he's able to deal with Tapir Maid, which we didn't know nothing about, you able to deal with Tapir Maid years later, knowing what it do to a woman. You recorded this woman, showed her body parts to another guy on the phone, did all this. What did you do when you went to Rosemont? Was Tapir Maid your big idea? You know
Right.
what's going on? So it all comes out. It all comes out. And like I say, when I look at this case, the questions that I asked, Monifa, who did you leave her with? You're not finna sit back and say she disappeared behind you, and this don't do it like that. And it make me question: did Monifa tell Theresa the truth? Because I know, coming from Chicago, something like that happened, and you give a little sob story talking about, oh, she just disappeared. They would have stumped your ears together, ma'am. She had plenty sisters, plenty cousins, plenty people that would have rocked your world, would have beat you alive, beat you to death behind that. So obviously, something you said had to have some truth in it if you did tell Theresa. No wonder why Theresa didn't come at none of the kids. Strictly came at the hotel. I'm suing them. You know what I'm saying? So is this something that they didn't want the world to know? Is it a reason why you sealed it? I mean, was Kenneka doing something she wasn't supposed to be doing and it just went wrong? I mean, a lot of stuff was hidden from us to save people's, characters. You know what I
And
mean?
that's understandable. That a lot of stuff was hid from us. That's understandable. But as a mother,
Mhm.
there's no excuse. There's no right in the way Theresa moved. There's no right in what Theresa accepted, and I'm not going to give a right for none of it because
Oh
as a
no.
mother, as a woman, Theresa could have cut this shit out long time ago,
But
and there's no way I would have signed an NDA. No way I'd have
oh
shut the
no,
hell up.
no,
I would
no.
still be fighting.
You know what's so crazy about it? The first thing I said is, look at the type of mother she was with Kenneka. You all at the hotel parties with the thongs on with the rest of the young girls. You know what I mean? Y'all hanging
Exactly.
out, y'all kicking. You wanted to be her friend when you should have stood on being her mother. You know what I'm saying?
What was her reason for being at that hotel days prior to this happening?
At Rosemont,
Yeah.
we that was never proven. I mean, it was always speculation. People came up with all these different, but that was never proven for a fact. That was never proven.
It was never proven that she was there those
that
days
she was
prior.
th- that she was there days prior. It was never proven. You got so many people with the narratives and different things. Unless somebody could actually show us Theresa with the blonde hair at this hotel, then you can't sit back and say she's at the hotel. You know, these were the things. This case, like I mean, this case took so many turns, and people said this and said that. Hell, I had Trey Gang saying I was at the hotel, said I was straight drop. You know what I'm saying? Just lying. You know, so you got to make it make sense. Have I ever visited the hotel? Yeah, I went up there after the Kenneka death. Yeah, I got footage on my channel. I went up there because we need to know if it's real. Did she take these? Did she take these? Did she take the path that y'all said? And you know what's so crazy? The path that she took was the path that the employees go to punch in. You know?
Right, right. But and I hear where you're going with that. I hear where you're going with that. But then there are other people out here. If you
Mhm.
follow TikTok, if you follow TikTok,
I'm
like
on TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
Kitty says, there are people on TikTok with the proof. That Theresa was there. And
Why
I don't think,
these people?
I understand there are narratives being spun. I understand that. I get
Yeah,
all of that. But let me tell you something. If Theresa was about business, if Theresa really had the love for Kenneka as a mother should,
right.
every damn thing that came was out here that pointed a finger at Theresa and involved her in anything, Theresa could have shut all that shit down. She could have shut it down. Look, this is where I was. Don't involve me in that. I didn't do A, B, C, nor D.
And
But Theresa
I
let all that shit ride, and all Theresa did was show the proof that she was who she was.
man, you know, when I sit back and like I say, when we look at this case, man, it was so much said, so much done, and to this day, we still didn't get the truth. When Theresa made that statement the other day, and she said that my daughter left out the back door, right there, I said, okay. So we knew she was brought back in. You know what I mean? We knew she was
Mhm.
brought back in. The video stopped at the 10-minute mark. Anything behind the 10-minute mark, it would have showed what was actually going down when she walked back there where the freezer was. But they made sure they stopped it directly at the 10-minute mark. Um, with her saying that, of course, she's exposing something that was going on in what was being said in the courtroom where we couldn't hear it. She signed an NDA not to even speak about these things. So with her saying that alone opened up the discussion for, okay, Kenneka left out the back door, which it made a lot of sense. Um, I can't sit back and say why Theresa ain't stand up for herself all these years. You know what I mean? But and she should have. She should have, because now look at what's going on. And I don't think it's ever gonna stop going on unless somebody come out and they speak, really speak about what actually happened. It's crazy. But when we look at it, my biggest problem with a lot of YouTubers was everybody digs so much on Theresa. And I ain't saying this to protect Theresa or nothing like that, because if you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. That's just it
Right.
with me. But people digged in so much. Who was the guy who found Kenneka? What was his name?
The
You see
one
what?
that they said, the one that found Kenneka, that's the one that they said left the country, correct?
No, he didn't leave the country. The one that found Kenneka, he still work at the hotel. France Cave left and went back to the Philippines. And the other security guard that they never showed us that night, which is the slimmer security guard, he went back to Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
So my thing was, we're why we're not discussing the housekeeper who the police questioned in the paperwork and asked him, did his brother ever date Kenneka? Why would y'all ask the housekeeper? He said he got off of work at 5 o'clock. What did you see on footage to make you ask this housekeeper, did your brother ever date Kenneka? Resco, what did you have to talk to this housekeeper about the next morning in that employee kitchen, in that employee little hanging out area where y'all was at, little kitchen? What was y'all talking about? You
And
know,
I get that. I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, we still have to keep it real. We have to keep it factual.
yeah.
Yes, those girls were involved. They had a lot to say. They were part of this problem. But we can't exclude Theresa no kind of way.
No, it's like we
Teresa's a
can't.
bigger part of the problem.
And I feel like as far as your parenting, that was a major problem when it came down to it. But we looking at Kenneka, that a lot of people even know that Kenneka had her own crib. She had her car. Kenneka was pregnant before. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, Kenneka wasn't no little girl. Kenneka could leave and make decisions if she want to. Her and her mother weren't even on the best. They weren't even the best of the best at the time this happened to Kenneka. You know?
And you know that, because that's what Theresa put out there.
What, that she was pregnant and everything?
Yeah.
No, you can see the videos. Her and Rico in the car, Kenneka driving. They waking up in Kenneka bed in her crib. You know what I'm saying? There's videos of this stuff.
Okay, even if that's Kenneka's story, right?
Right.
Even if that's her story, she should have not ended up where in the situation that she was in.
Not at all. Not at
Even if
all.
that was her story, because like you said, she was grown. She did what grown people do. And
But
we
when
don't
it,
fault her for that. But
but
then
when it,
again, we have to also understand that Theresa holds a bigger piece of this puzzle. She
so let me
controls
ask you this.
everything that child did.
Let me ask you this. When it comes down to the footage, the time changing, the glitches, Kenneka popping up on the ramp and all that stuff, the kids nor Theresa had part in that. They didn't have part in that. That's the hotel doing. If y'all ain't do nothing, what y'all correcting stuff for? What y'all taking footage out for? What?
But then I have a bigger question.
Okay.
You said that Kenneka had her own spot. Kenneka had a man. Kenneka had her own car. Yada yada yada. I get all of that. So
That's her
why
car.
would
Her car in the paperwork, her car had the donut on it. That was the person when Bree said, we can't ride out there with the donut on the car. And they went and got Theresa car. They went and got Theresa car because they didn't want to drive to Kenneka car because they had a donut. But I hear what you say.
so it was Kenneka's car that had the donut on it.
Yeah, Kenneka car had the donut. They didn't want to ride out to Rosemont with the donut because they got to get on the expressway. So they went and took Theresa car, parked Kenneka's car, and got in Theresa's vehicle.
Mm. And this story has holes.
Yeah.
I mean holes in it. And in the center of the biggest hole there sits Theresa. Teresa's name has come up in too many things that's similar to what happened to Kenneka. So we can't overlook the fact.
But my thing is, what else have Theresa been involved in that we know about?
But you just told me that you're from there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. West
So
side of Chicago, born and raised.
everything that's being put out on this in the social media world, with Teresa's sister, Teresa's brother, other people involved, Teresa's man making Kenneka
Man,
uncomfortable. So you're telling me you never heard none of that?
man, that stuff is all fault. But listen, man. I've been on this
Are you
case.
serious? That's all
Listen to
false.
me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Right. That stuff is false. Mocha, if you pay attention to me, and I don't take nothing away from nobody else. I done did lives with some of the best. I got videos of me and 54 Keys. I got videos I don't deal with Chloe in them no more. But you know what I'm saying? Just different people that was on this case, really chopping it down, talking about it, getting the facts from this case. I sat back and I dealt with all these YouTubers and I heard all the different narratives and we broke down so much stuff, and to sit back and see that people was just coming up with stuff to just come up with it because they didn't want to do the real research was crazy to me. So now we got years. Even now, when you go to people and you sit up here and you ask them something about the case, they gonna go to what somebody said on the live. They ain't gonna go to no paperwork. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna go to no paperwork. They ain't gonna look up no real facts. A lot of stuff that we rehearse, that people are rehearsing, are stuff that they heard from other people who they thought was legit.
Right.
This.
And I hear you. Excuse me one second. Y'all don't have to worry about T. Lamont. He's going to take a nap for 24 hours. But anyway, and I get what you're saying, but the way it's coming off, the way I'm
It
hearing
sounds like I'm
everything.
defending her. It sounds like I'm defending her,
It
don't it?
sounds exactly like you're defending Theresa,
But you know
and that shit
why I
ain't
feel
gonna
like that?
fly.
Because I actually, instead of me feeling like a person that's just finna sit back and say this and this is what made me reach out to her. You see what I'm saying? Because she's human just like us. I reached
Of
out to
course,
her.
listen. Of course, I get it. She's human. I get that, and I give everybody grace. Everybody. But let me tell you who's not getting grace from Moca.
You
And
say
that's
Teresa
Theresa.
ain't. I
Teresa
feel
ain't getting
you.
a goddamn thing
You
because
know, a lot of
everything that come in Teresa way, I have to say it, everything that listens, all you got to go back and look at how Teresa is spiraling out of control.
oh
You
yeah.
think Teresa is controlling that now?
Oh no, you drinking that liquor? Ain't no
That
telling what
ain't no
drug you
goddamn
possibly.
liquor. You ain't gonna make me believe that's liquor, and you're not gonna
Oh,
make me believe that's drugs.
I done heard her plenty nights slurring. She got the slur in her voice because you sitting here
That ain't
sipping.
liquor. That ain't liquor. Teresa got danger written all over her. And that's demonic spirits that's eating Teresa ass up. That has nothing to do with liquor nor drugs. Now
So what?
you're
So what
telling
do
me
we?
that you're from there, so you
Yeah,
should know. And
yeah.
I'm reading Teresa's shit through the screen. That is not liquor. Teresa is fighting demonic entities.
I think it's a mixture of everything. I think it's a mixture of
I
sitting
don't.
here. It's like this too.
It was the devil that made
I
it was the
understand.
devil. It
I
was the
understand why
devil.
the majority of women feel the way they feel, this, especially when y'all parents. Because a lot of women, a lot of parents gonna sit up here and say, I would have never took no money. I would have never did that. So we looking at Teresa like, what kind of person are you? You know what I'm saying? To sit up
Mm-mm.
here and not find out what happened instead of getting some money. So I can understand how everybody look at her. I can understand it.
Teresa
Like I
ain't
say,
shit. And I
hey,
said it, and I mean that. Teresa ain't shit. Because
I don't know Teresa to hang around her to sit back and you know what I'm saying. So I can't, like I said, I can't sit back and say you wrong because I don't know her to hang around her. All I did was reached out to her, talked to her twice, couple of text messages. We talked about the case. You know, other than that,
and the things that she told you about the case, you actually felt that to be
no,
genuine.
you know what she was doing? She was doing what she doing now. She was she was just real godly and holy and oh, I didn't know that and
And
just
you
we're
brought
gonna
that
I,
because
if you listen to
whatever you claim she told you and
if
what
you
she's
listen to
showing America, that shit don't fly.
Mocha, so look, this Mocha, so this is the thing, right? I can leave you my number in the back chat. I ain't gotta tell you what she showed me. I can show you. See,
Okay.
that's the difference with me. I don't have to tell you about anything. I can literally show you. I could put you on the phone with people who protested, who've seen her, who was at Kenneka's funeral and seen her in the casket. I could have you talk to these people to get a
So
better
you said,
understanding.
let me stop you right there. I heard what you said. So did these people confirm that that was truly Kenneka in that casket?
Yes, sir. That was Kenneka in the casket. For sure. And and that was my main thing. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit back and tell a person who was there. I can look up a video and see him hugging Teresa and walking past the casket like everybody else. I'm not gonna tell him he's a liar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then why would there be another mother out here, right? Why would there be another mother out here that's saying that's saying different? She's
You talking about the lady who Rob
the,
and Chosen King tried to make do that, and then it turned out to be a big flaw. You know
no,
what I'm saying?
I don't know all of that. All I know is the lady that said that it was her daughter in that casket and not Kenneka.
Oh no. No, that was Kenneka all day in the casket, and I got like I say, I could tell you all day long, Mocha, but I could put you on the phone and actually talk to people who protested, who was there. I got another homie named Mr. G. He an older guy. He like 60. He was there, recording, doing everything. He'll tell you that was Kenneka. You know what I'm saying?
And I get that, but I'm not willing to buy the bullshit about these team Teresa's because Teresa don't deserve grace.
No,
I would
no, I'm
never give
not.
a grace.
This is my thing. I'm not Team Teresa. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, her parenting is way different from mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Team Teresa. What I am team is this hotel being foul for what they did. See, we could at the end of the day, when we finish talking about Teresa, when are we going to get to the hotel and these employees and these
But
people that was there? You know what I'm saying? When
but
we
the
gonna get
whole
to that?
listen, but the whole we could talk about the hotel and the employees that was there all day long. We really can.
They the ones
But
who
then
underlive Kenneka.
the hotel and the employees, they don't even fucking matter because Teresa done sold her daughter out to these goddamn people. So
For
I
that
don't even
bread.
want to talk about them. And that's why I'm going to continue the fuck talking about Teresa because she's the problem.
Like I say, I
Teresa
can't.
created this problem. Teresa let these people give her a couple of dollars to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about the hotel. They did what they had to do to get their name straight, to keep their back clean, to keep their ass out of trouble. Teresa is the problem.
Like I say, Teresa should have never took that money. She should have stood
Hell
on
no,
business
she
and
should have
found
never
out.
taken it.
She should have stood on business and found out what happened to her baby and got somebody convicted. That's what she should have did. You know,
Correct. And that's
and
what she should have did as right.
I'm always say that. That's what she should have did. That's what I would have did. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I know she ain't the one who actually killed her daughter. You know what I'm saying? I know she ain't the one who, you know what I'm saying, unalived her baby. You know, so other than that, yeah, I fought her for sitting back taking that money, me and a list of the YouTubers. That's why we just fell back from it. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you and you know and everybody's entitled to feel how they feel, right?
Right.
And I respect you for feeling how you feel. But do Mocha agree? No, I don't. I
Yeah.
don't. You know, and I have that right. But Teresa, no, she stands out. One of my supporters have a question for you.
What's up?
Who was at the hotel on the 6th?
Who was at the hotel on the 6th?
On the 6th.
So you got different YouTubers that's sitting up here saying that these girls was at the hotel on the 6th on different dates than what they was. I say this. I seen something that said the 7th. You feel me? I didn't see nothing that said the 6th. When Kenneka and them arrived there to that hotel, they arrived there on the 8th, going into the 9th. You know what I'm saying?
But
Now,
it wasn't.
anything.
But the 6 don't have shit to do with Kenneka. It don't have a damn thing to do with the girls. The
Mm-mm.
6 got everything to do with. It got everything to do with Teresa. It has
Teresa
everything to do
popped
with her
out.
sister. It has
Teresa.
everything to do with Lenora.
So Teresa popped out with the ticket, and the ticket said the 6th that she found in her vehicle. And when we tried to figure out, when we did the investigating about the ticket, because Cocky, one of the guys that came to the party, he had a ticket from the 6th. Even a white couple that didn't have nothing to do with the party, they had a ticket from the 6th. So we like, why do they have these tickets from the 6th? And come to find out that the hotel was re pushing out these tickets, like they was reusing these tickets. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's not. But no. That's not what Teresa said about the 6 though, and that's
I
not what
got
Teresa said about the ticket.
what Teresa said was she said she found the ticket and she was like, hold on, this ain't that, this is 6. You know what I'm saying? You know, she was trying to figure out why was it a ticket from the 6. I got a picture of the ticket from the 6. I got a picture of that ticket from the 6 in my phone right now. So I know exactly what the ticket looked like. It's stamped twice. Like they punched it twice. You know how they punched the tickets? They punched it twice.
Yeah, but the shit that I know, the shit that I know, and what these people know, we
It's a
have to
lot.
dig a
I'll
little
say this,
deeper.
Mocha. I say this, right? It's been so mixed up to the point where it get a lot of people at odds with each other. I sit back and say, as much information as we all had as a unit, we could have put this together and solved it. But you had people that was beefing with each other. You had people that was sitting back saying this and saying that. And trust me, I'd have been through all of it. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been up on Trey Game panel tearing his head off. We done made videos. A couple other YouTubers. We done went back and forth. I done went back and forth with some of the best of them because we done fell out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still cool with a lot of them, the majority of them, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, we all want justice for this situation. We all want to know the truth about it, regardless of anything else. But it's like, hey, as long as people is at odds and not listening to each other and looking at things that we have, that's just like if you got all this stuff, you know, you got a lot of different stuff about this case, and you could show me. You know what I'm saying? As far as you know, stuff that you're talking about, then I'm always willing to sit back and look at it because I got a list of things I can sit back and show you on the back end, and you're gonna be like, God damn, Brace, how you got that? When this happened? When this go about? I got people you could actually talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got people that you could talk to, Mocha, to say this ain't no capping or nothing. I got people that you could talk to and you can get some, real understanding about how people was moving and what their actions was. I got some people that don't even like Theresa. That talk like everybody else talk. Tell me how they felt when they first seen her. You know what I'm saying? That they felt like she wasn't crying for real. And I got people with all that. It's just us as a unit that's trying to figure this out. We got to all work together on one accord to get this good information that we need to know. That's all.
And
You know what I
it's a
mean?
lot of information out there. It's a lot out there. But one thing Mocha's not gonna ever do. I don't mind talking to people. I love engaging with people, finding out things. But that bullshit that's being sold at Mocha can't buy it. Not when it comes to Teresa.
Like I sent Teresa a message, right? I said I'm gonna wait for her to hit me back if she do, because she been silent since that happened. I said, but if anything, she's speaking on the case. They probably got her somewhere sedated. You know what I'm saying? Because she's sitting up here acting crazy. This ain't the way to get no justice for your daughter.
So
Even
how factual is this? You said you're from there. How factual is this? They said that they 5150 Teresa.
they 5150'd her.
Uh-huh. The
What?
night the night she was running up, up and down the street naked.
Uh-huh.
They call the mental people on her.
They called the mental hospital people?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they did. We seen the ambulance following behind her. We still ain't heard from her still to this day. You know what I'm saying? You running around in 6 below weather with socks on. You ain't too crazy because you was nice and shaved up. You know what I'm saying? At the
That's
end
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
day,
Because Teresa ain't crazy.
yeah,
Teresa
you
ain't
ain't that
crazy.
crazy. So
So
so the
anybody
stuff
that's
that you're
speaking on
doing to
Teresa's
get some
ass,
attention, the stuff you're doing to get this attention, you're going about it wrong, man. And you're gonna look up and you're gonna be somewhere looking like a vegetable, and ain't nobody gonna be able to do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Because
absolutely.
you're playing into the trick that they want you to play in. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna stop you right there. Teresa ain't playing into the trick that nobody wants her to play. Teresa is getting karma. That's karma whipping Teresa's ass. If we
You know
want to
what's
be
crazy?
politically correct.
See, Teresa never sit back and told everybody that her and Kenneka relationship weren't the best before this happened to Kenneka. Even though Kenneka was able to get her vehicle, they had just started kind of like talking back again. You know what I'm saying? Because they went at the, they went at the, they won. Teresa had an issue with Kenneka. Kenneka tired of her mama. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
we know that. I mean, that was clear as day. That was clear
yeah,
as day. So whatever shit that Teresa is feeding America, those that want to buy it, everybody ain't buying that bullshit.
and then
Teresa
people
failed
gotta.
Kenneka in many ways.
She
She
failed
did.
Kenneka. She failed Kenneka, and at the end of the day, Kenneka failed herself. Because you out here, and if you got a daughter, you know what I'm
All right.
saying? I
No,
pray.
I'm not. You see, right about now, I'm gonna have to tell you it's time to go. It's time to go because you ain't gonna make me believe not a damn word what you just spoke about
Hey,
Kanika
hey,
failed
hey!
herself.
For anybody that didn't know Kenneka personally, you feel me?
Mm-mm.
Hey,
Nobody deserved what the hell that
no,
child
Kenneka, no,
went through.
Kenneka,
I
Kenneka
don't give
never
a
deserved.
damn.
Kenneka
I don't
never
give a damn.
deserved.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. The only thing I can say about Kenneka, that baby went through shit she didn't have to. Teresa's the devil. At the end of the goddamn day, Teresa's the devil. She fed y'all that bullshit. Y'all sit up there and let Teresa's spirits jump the fuck up on y'all, and y'all is that woe is
Oh,
me party bullshit with Teresa. Fuck that. Nope, Teresa gets
nah,
no grave.
Teresa sat back and you was homies and you was cool with your daughter. You was allowing shit. You was allowing things to you know what I'm saying? You made her think certain things was cool. You know what I'm saying? Kenneka was nice, but Kenneka was ignorant as hell too. You know what I'm saying? Kenneka spit right in your damn face.
And it's
Point
okay, she get
blank.
it from Teresa.
And
How about that?
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kenneka was a fool with it too, just like the rest of them girls she was hanging with. And trust me, she wasn't scared of none of them. They was scared of her. You know what I'm saying?
But the
Kenneka
thing
was a
is,
fighter.
Kanika was a product of her environment.
Well, there you go. She was a product of her environment. Now she don't deserve to die. You know what I'm saying?
Now, since you know a lot, how did Kanika end up with Teresa? I mean, they said Kanika's father passed away. Is that correct?
Yes, Kenneka's father was a four corner hustler from the west side of Chicago. Yeah, he passed away. You know, and that's Teresa's daughter. Teresa had her. She had her, Kenny, and she had Lenora. I have baby pictures of Teresa and her kids. I have school pictures of Kenneka. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that was her blood daughter.
Okay.
Got a
Okay.
picture of Teresa with black lipstick on, young as hell, holding Kenneka. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
So Teresa was a madam. Teresa was hustling out her children to fit the lifestyle
Teresa
that
had a
she
weed
lived.
spot. Teresa's house was a weed spot at one point. She let Lenore boyfriend sell weed, her and Kenny. They was all selling weed from over there. Her house was the weed spot too.
And that's it. That's all. And that's how we end up where we are today. Teresa was a piss poor ass mama.
There you go. Now we talking. You feel me? So this ain't me trying to defend. This me just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? That's what she had going on.
Right. Right. But I appreciate you stopping by. We about to wrap this shit up. I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you too. You know what I'm saying? And Mocha, listen to me. When you get a chance, try to check out some of my content just to see if some of
I
the
most
stuff
definitely
makes
will.
sense to you. And I'm gonna continue to keep I looked at you yesterday, girl, and I was checking you out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate you. I
So
appreciate you.
let's see what's going on. But
All
hey,
right, you
thank
got
y'all.
it.
Shout out to the chat. Hey, I'll come up whenever you need me to, and you more than welcome my way.
Sounds great. I appreciate you so very much.
All right, thank you.
Have a blessed night.
You too.
Thank you. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. But in any event, I want you all to know, I want y'all to know something, right? Thank you, Rodney. In any event, I want y'all to know this. I, Mocha, am not Team Theresa. I don't give a damn. Theresa wasn't shit then, and Theresa ain't shit now. Mm-hmm. And I want y'all to know that. Kenneka did not fail herself. The situation that Kenneka was in, Kenneka was groomed as old as she was. That baby, I don't give a shit. She was fearful of Theresa. Kenneka was groomed into the way she lived around Theresa. That's it and that's all. They lured Kenneka to that damn hotel. Because why the hell else would she say or text Lenora? And I'm going to say it again. She texts Lenora, I don't want to be here. And Lenora ignored the damn text. Theresa covered up the text. Theresa never came out here and straightened that shit up. Theresa let that shit go. Theresa never defended. She didn't agree nor disagree. But Lenora stayed quiet through all of this shit. That baby was groomed. She was fucking groomed. She was green. I don't give a shit who she went in the street and fought. She had to fight for her fucking life. She was tired of fighting. She got to go home and fucking fight Theresa. She got to fight Lenora. She got to fight them old gang ass niggas that they put her with. She had to be in the street and fight. So when she had to fight in the street, that was her survival. Theresa took that from her. Theresa wanted to make Kenneka everything that she wasn't. Theresa a hoe, Lenora a hoe. They wanted to make Kenneka a hoe. Kenneka got tired of hoeing. Kenneka got tired of Theresa man hunching on her, laying on her every night. If Kenneka wasn't sick and tired of being sick and tired of Theresa and her shenanigans, why the hell would Kenneka have to go to bed and walk around the house all night with a knife in her damn hand? So all of this other bullshit, nah. Kenneka was a young girl trying. Theresa had a damn ghetto ass mentality. Lenora had no mentality. Kenneka was going to nursing school trying to better herself and get the fuck out of that situation. They had a problem with that. We ain't shit. We ain't never been shit. We ain't gonna be shit. And guess what, Kenneka? We don't want you to be shit either. So we're gonna pull you over here. So make it make sense. I don't give a good goddamn what kind of mama birthed a baby. Even the worst mamas there are don't put their children in harm's way. Theresa sacrificed her daughter. I don't give a shit how nobody looks at it. The truth is sitting right there. The proof is in the pudding. And you don't have to have paperwork. You don't have to have no goddamn police report. You ain't got to have none of that, because you know what? If you walk with God, he gives you everything you need, and that's called discernment. If Theresa's hands wasn't dirty, if Theresa didn't have shit to do with none of this, Theresa would have not been so goddamn eager to sign an NDA. If her daughter, the dirty one, whatever, Lenora, if she didn't have shit to do with this, tell me, make me understand why. See, because this is a problem for me. Why would Lenora, why would Theresa, and why would Kenny, why would these three motherfuckers get paid off of this baby's death? I don't agree with none of this bullshit, and I don't give a damn what nobody says. My discernment is a bitch. Theresa ain't crashing out just because she feel like it. Theresa is crashing the fuck out because not only are them demons twisting her guts, but God is sick of her. Theresa's name is tied to too many other people. And I'm not going to sit up here and pretend I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and play crazy like it don't exist. When you play with the devil, devilish things happen to you. And now it's time for Theresa to pay the piper. And she's paying the damn piper right about now. There's no excuse for the wicked. And that's who Theresa is. Wicked. And what we're not going to do is sit in a ball of confusion and be distracted from the mission at hand. And the mission at hand is exposing the piss out of Theresa, because she failed Kenneka over there practicing witchcraft, and them demons eating her ass up. We can't ignore what we see. We can't ignore the shit that she's been showing us. See, when it's time to pay a debt, you don't know when you got to pay that bitch. But when the devil comes to collect, whether you're ready or not, he getting what's rightfully his. And he's taking it from Theresa right now, piece by piece. She done already lost her peace long time ago. Now she's at that point of losing her damn mind. Do I feel sorry? Hell no, I don't. I don't. This ain't no damn spiritual warfare. This is about choices and consequences. Choices and consequences. How do you explain? You want me to see Theresa in a different light, but how the fuck do you explain? Kenneka had a whole funeral in 2017. And that baby just got a headstone a couple of months ago. But yet she's a good mama. She's a good mama. Playing with God. You running up and down the street naked as a goddamn jaybird with socks on, bitch, but you're hollering, peace be still. What peace? What peace? Kitty said in the headstone is ghetto too. Nah, I didn't come here to play with Theresa. I came here to keep Kenneka's name alive. I didn't come here to play double dutch with Theresa. Theresa ain't my cup of tea. Kitty, that part. You play with witchcraft. Make sure you're crafty enough, bitch, because it comes back to bite. Tonight was a night of distractions. T. Lamont, I don't know who the hell you are. But I put you in timeout. I gave you a 24-hour rest because what we're not going to do here, I don't give a fuck who you are. My moderators are everything to me. They will not be disrespected. No kind of way. You got a problem with them? Take that shit someplace else. Because this don't happen here. We don't pick and choose. Over here, everybody is to be respected. I open this platform. I open up this chat room for everybody to have a voice. All opinions are welcome. And all opinions will be respected. But not at the hands of somebody who probably never hit the like button, never subscribed to the channel to be disrespectful. Not on my fucking watch. Not on my fucking watch. I don't give a damn who you are. And Sean, I apologize, sis. I didn't want to disrespect where I was. But this shit will not fly in here. I don't give a damn who these people are. I treat everybody with respect. I give everybody grace. But ain't nobody's going to ever come in here and disrupt nor disrespect a damn thing I got going on. That's it and that's all. And when it gets to a point where a person can't be respectful as we do what we do, I don't give a shit if I'm in here talking to 10 people. I will get y'all ass out here one at a time. Because you're not going to come here and disrupt my mission. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And again, Sean, I apologize, sis. Because nobody deserves that. Especially you. But we came out here to do what we did. Distractions all across the chat tonight. But I don't play with the devil. I don't ride with the devil. I know how to separate myself from chaos. I'm going to let you go as long as I want you to go. And then when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. I'm not Team Theresa. We'll never be Team Theresa. And all the little minions that's attached to Theresa, I'm not Team them either. I'm Team Justice for Kenneka. I'm Team Justice for Kenneka. And I appreciate you all. Ann says we all know how to separate facts from nonsense over here. And you got that right. Val, I agree with you. The devil is definitely wrapped up in this case for sure. You better believe it. Ain't no new friends. Welcome, my love. You better know it. All over the place. All over. Hey, Robin. All over the place. And they ain't playing with Moca. Moca ain't come here to be distracted by the devil. I don't know. Nah, we're not doing that. Keep Theresa's spirits over there. When Theresa was on that video doing all that bullshit she was doing, I bowed down gracefully. I didn't want to watch that because I didn't want them spirits nowhere around me. Energy don't fucking lie. Energy don't lie. Thank you, Brazy. Energy don't lie. And what Theresa got going over there, let her keep it over there. But I'm going to dissect this shit stitch by stitch. Stitch by stitch. Because it's a shame. Hey, my beautiful D. Welcome, my love. And thank you so very much for gifting the membership. Congratulations, Miss T Love. Bit by bit. Because Theresa don't deserve grace. She don't deserve the spotlight to be on her in a positive way. Because there was nothing positive about what she produced. That's it and that's all. I appreciate you guys for pulling up on Mocha tonight. I appreciate all the love, all the support. We came out here and we did some things. We heard some things. Child. We tried to be they tried to distract us with some shit. Kitty, I heard you say that the other night. You had to stop engaging with her because of her energy. That shit, that's what bothers me. That's what bothers me. The energy. If you in one realm, certain energies don't fit well with your spirit, and you gotta back down, you gotta bow down. You gotta bow down. That's it and that's all. But guys, Nissa says, my motto is no surrender and no prisoners. That part. That part. That part. Damn, my sister said she in the itchy bushes. Nissa said, destroy all negative energy. That part, Nissa. We don't do that over here. Mocha come in peace. Mocha stand for what's right. And I'm not buying bullshit. I'm not inhaling bullshit. I'm not walking with it. I ain't talking with it. Nah. It's called distraction. Thank you, Tarsha Niece. I love you, boo. But guys, like I said, I came out here to do what I do. I done rolled and hit this bitch 2.5 hours. It's time for me to bounce. It's me saying another beautiful truffle and distraction night. But we made it, Mocha. Good night. Because you did it again. It's me. Thank you, baby. Love you as well, Nissa. Love you, love you, love you. But tonight, Mocha's coming with no distractions. I'll be back here tomorrow night doing what I do, the way Mocha do it. I open my platform tonight, giving you all an opportunity to speak your piece. Because we in this chat every night, chatting it up. And everybody feels a way when it comes to the shit Theresa got going on. And I enjoy y'all for that. But let me drop a little gem. We're going to get rid of the distractions. I'll tell you how. Tell your cousins, your friends, your neighbors, your aunties, people around the corner. Tomorrow we go live. And that subscriber button, you know, because all of these scallywags, all these distractions, and all these wannabe loud and relevant people that's causing problems. Now you will pay. You will subscribe to this motherfucking channel if you want to come in here and cause a distraction. See, I've been letting y'all free floating. I had not set this shit to subscribers mode. So tomorrow we're going. Thank you so much, Kitty. Thank you, Nissa. Thank you. We're setting this bitch on subscribers mode tomorrow. And we could leave the naysayers in the bushes. Leave them in the clouds. Let them rose bushes, them thorns and them thistles scratch the piss out of them. Because we ain't doing that over here. We ain't doing that over here. We ain't doing that over here. Look at Nissa. Thank you, my love. Nissa's become a member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Guys, I love that you all stand with me for what I stand for. And tonight, it showed me, Mocha, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Doing what you're supposed to do. And the devil, he tried. But tonight wasn't that night. Nissa said you're needed. Thank you, my love. Thank you so very much. When I come out here, I give it my all. And you all that rock with me and support me, I love you all for that. And if I can't give you all of me, I'm not coming out here giving you half of me. And I will always stand in the gap for my moderators. My moderators, they're a part of me, each and every one of them. And I will reiterate, they will never be disrespected in this house. Now, y'all might be used to going somewhere else with that bullshit, but not here. Not here. So on that night, God, on that note, Mocha's going to say good night. Mocha's going to say God bless. I love each and every one of you. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. And please make sure you have your notifications set so you know each and every time that I go live. Because you never know the day, you never know the hour, but you do know she coming. Thank you, sunshine. I tried. That part, kid, if you can't respect the house, get out the house. That part. But I love you all. Good night. God bless. And I'll see you all later.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motor leading from the heart, never run. Truth and caring, everything we team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. Mocha in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. Know the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the check gon' rep that crowd. Stand tall, we rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a talk. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the north where the soul don't break. Mocha built a lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love, it's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh no, no bellows, the work ain't done. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. We rise as one. Know the bells, the work ain't done. Mocha leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the Know the Bells. Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Stand tall and join the family. We stand tall.
Good night, everyone. God bless. Until next time.